Abby Russell.
Alex Navarro. Is that me?
No.
Look at that. That's me.
It does kind of look like you.
That's
are
me.
Are you a Polish rebel?
No, but I could be.
Okay. Well, this is Warsaw. This is a $24 game on Steam that is a lot like when did that come out?
Darkest Dungeons?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think that came out in 2016. Yes, it is a lot like Darkest Dungeon, but set in World War II, and instead of unholy abominations of the Lovecraftian nature, you're fighting Nazis.
Okay, what's the difference?
Yeah, pretty much. So they're going to start a new game. I've had to restart this game a few times because I've just gotten into some really bad, impossible situations. So let's get the true experience here. Let's just start over.
Okay, starting fresh.
So this is set during the Warsaw Uprising. You are part of the Polish resistance in Warsaw as both the Nazis and the Soviets are convening on the city and fighting. And your the whole purpose of your existence is to just try and stave off the threat of the Nazis and just sort of survive.
Okay, little hope.
Yes. So we'll skip the tutorial here, and I'll just kind of talk through some of the early parts here.
Cool.
The basic idea is that you are collecting new party members, new rebels to go out on these different missions and basically like try and salvage the different sections of the city of Warsaw. They're broken up into six districts. And let's see where this starts me out. We are going to skip the tutorial. We just need to reach the hideout.
Okay, and you're controlling this right now.
I am, yes. So
okay.
This map is just like, this is how every mission looks, is you end up in these sorts of situations where you are just kind of going around. There are different arrows that kind of show where stuff is, but you don't necessarily know what is what. Sometimes it's combat things, sometimes it's like randomized events where you're dealing with people in the city.
Okay, so these are just sort of like text encounters.
Yes, exactly.
Are the text encounters interesting generally? Do you like the stories?
They're okay. They feel... Sometimes even so some of them require you to have like certain stats to get a good result. Like you need to, have a certain, I forget what the exact rating is, but basically like something that makes it easier for you to talk to children. For instance, if you run into like a group of children, there's like a stat that works particularly well for that. But even if your stat is high, sometimes it's still, the bad result still happens. I mean, it's randomized the way that stuff tends to be.
Right.
So here we go. This is our first combat encounter. So it's turn-based like this. This is very similar to how Darkest Dungeon does their battle stuff.
Okay.
Right, we have 3 turns per turn, 3 activations per turn. They have 2 because they only have 2 soldiers.
Okay. Do some soldiers have more or less? Could one soldier have 2?
Not specific. Well, yes and no. So basically, you can use the same character multiple times throughout an activation.
Okay.
But there's a stamina rating that depletes each time you use them, and as that goes down, they become less effective.
Okay.
So let's just start shooting these guys.
How do you get the stamina back?
I think it just kind of comes back over time.
Okay. Bye-bye.
It's okay. We have a healer on the team, thankfully. So these are the default 3 characters they give you every time. But eventually, over time, you will start gaining more of them. And that is done largely through random events between sections, which I'll show like what the between sections look like momentarily.
Okay.
Once we're done with this battle.
Ooh.
Yeah, we took a little shot.
Dang it.
Jadwiga.
Come on. So what are some of the blips over the like single shot, target acquire? There was like blue and red. Like what are those?
So positioning. Similar to Darkest Dungeon, where position in the party made a lot of difference in relation to your different abilities. This is the same idea. Like every character has these different abilities and they all tie to where they are positioned on your side of the map.
Okay, gotcha.
So like certain things just don't work if you're not in the right position, and you will have to take a turn sometimes to reposition your team where they're supposed to be. And similarly, there are these obstacles here. If an enemy is behind an obstacle or you are behind an obstacle, certain abilities are less effective.
Okay, can you move the obstacles or?
You can destroy them.
Okay.
But you cannot move them.
Do the obstacles ever help as far as like cover?
They do. That's the thing, is they obstruct enemy attacks as well.
Gotcha.
All right, I think this guy is almost dead. Should be able to get him on the next go around. It's time for you.
Come on, Jadwiga.
if I can just finish this guy off. I'll do it on the next go-around. This is the only one you can get a clear shot at. There we go. All right, so these guys are going to die next round.
Oh, come on.
Come on!
Oh, boy.
So you see like how this got lumped into that bullet hail? So that took a shot for me.
That's good.
Guy's dead. Okay, so they lost an activation because they lost a person. Even though this guy hadn't gone yet, basically like that's the punishment is if you lose a person, you lose an activation. We did it. We defeated those bad guys.
Good work. Have you ever been to Poland?
I have not.
No, they're fine.
Okay, so they just reminded us there, death is permanent. So when you lose a character, you lose that character.
And I see you've lost a couple of hearts. How do you get those back?
I believe that is just sort of I am injured, and on the next go-around, if I leave them healing, they will eventually get all their health back. But, you know, you hold injuries as you go along.
Okay.
So let's return to the hideout. Complete the mission.
Could you have stayed out there longer if you wanted to? Or
I could have, but this is the tutorial mission. There isn't necessarily a lot to find there. But yes, once you finish the objectives, you can use the rest of your time to go hunt around and look for other stuff if you really want to.
Gotcha.
Okay. So at the end of this, you get this summary, just kind of lets you know where everything's at. Let's proceed. So there's an event that takes place after each one. You always get one of these. So these are the things I was talking about. So in this case,
how do you know if you have it?
Choice of ammo type is up to you and yourself. You will show you. So I have a very high charm rating here.
Yeah, get that charm, dude. Nice.
Cool. So there's always a trade-off. Even if something benefits you, there's always like a hint that like, hey, this might impact someone else. This might be a problem for someone else.
So somebody else may have gotten less ammo.
Yes. So this is the hideout. This is where you just do stuff in between each mission. Along here, you know, basically you have people. There's no one in the hospital right now, which is good. I guess none of the injuries were that severe. You can recruit more people, but these are like red shirts. These are people that do not have the same level of abilities that your main characters do.
Gotcha.
And you get the main characters through randomized events in between missions. They'll just show up.
Okay.
So yeah, we have one recruit. I'm just gonna recruit one more. So now we have a couple of people here that we can throw into the mix if we need to. And this is where you take your missions, and this main map is where everything takes place. These little excursions are just things that you can spend some supplies to, you know, basically to boost any one particular district. The 6 districts are measured in 2 things. They are measured in morale and they are measured in attrition. Okay. You want morale to be high, you want attrition to be low.
Okay.
Each time you go around, you are given 3 missions, 1 in each district, or in one of the different districts. And the 2 that you don't pick will lose some morale and gain some attrition. And if you successfully complete the mission, at least the district that you are in will not see any kind of penalty.
Okay.
So let's see what the missions we have in front of us are. So in that place? Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this. Oh, yeah,
there's a lot of special characters on those letters.
My apologies, I do not know how to pronounce that. Remove stationary machine gun teams. Could be.
Shrodmaishi.
I'll go with that. In Zolibors, we should just fight some Nazis if we want to. And in Praga, we just need to repair these resistance barricades, which means finding them on the map.
Okay.
So what would you like to do?
I mean, we just saw some fighting. I want to see what some repairing looks like.
All right, so we'll do that one. And yeah, inevitably, we'll probably end up in some fights anyway.
Okay.
So let's jump in here. So again, positioning is important, so we kind of want to figure out where we want to put our team.
What are the blips, 2 blips below them?
Which ones?
Do you see there's is that the positioning or?
Yes, this is like letting you know like very clearly where they belong.
Gotcha.
So Christoph, we're going to put here. I think we are going to put Jadwiga up here. Mm-hmm. We're going to put Kazmir's.
Throw him in the back.
Right here. And then we'll take Elias here. We'll take him, and we'll bring him along and make sure he gets killed. Take our bandages. All right, there we go.
Okay.
This is what we're going with. Let's commence.
So...
Okay, so you see this yellow icon here? That tells me there's an actual, like, objective nearby.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to, like...
Just a random pickup.
A random pickup.
Okay.
Let's repair this barricade.
So... Do you like this game?
I want to like it more than I do.
Okay.
My main problem with this game is that I just don't think the battles are that much fun.
Okay. I will say this doesn't seem that interesting either.
This is not that interesting either. I think some of the randomized events, like the writing's okay, but like I just haven't really gotten fully into it. There's also a problem I've experienced every single time I've restarted this game, which is that essentially every early part of this game ends up with a whole lot of very injured people over the first few missions, and it's really hard to fill out a team when you don't have a lot of characters to work with.
Right.
So it becomes kind of a dare I say, a battle of attrition, where you are throwing people that are injured into battle because you just don't have enough bodies.
Right.
In Darkest Dungeon, that was not really a problem because early on they give you a lot of characters. It is not hard to get a lot of characters. So that is kind of one of the problems. There used to be a bigger issue with this in the early build of this game before they I think they did a balance patch. But battles are tedious. They used to be extremely tedious. It just felt like they were dragging on forever. They fixed that, I think, with some rebalancing, but it still feels like, I don't know, like battles just kind of drag, and I can't say that I've ever felt like really engaged with the combat, which is not what you want out of a game like this.
Especially when that seems like more of the appeal than this. I mean, you have some sort of story beats here, but it seems like this is simplistic, so you're drawn to the combat.
Yes, exactly. Like, I want to be interested in the different battles and be willing to engage in them. Up to this point, it kind of has felt like I just haven't really been interested at all.
Where are these other bridges? Where are the barricades?
I don't know. Let's just keep moving south.
All right. I see that some soldiers have eyeballs and some don't.
Yeah, I think that means that they are much more alert than others. Okay, I see a yellow one here.
Yeah.
Down in this general direction. So you see these action points that are kind of going down? That is basically the amount of time I have to solve this problem.
But if you stop moving, it'll stop draining, right?
Okay, yes. It will. Anytime I don't move, it's not draining points, but you have to move around a lot in order to,
find the barricades. And if you don't get them back in time, do you just fail?
Yeah, the mission fails if you don't clear everything.
Uh-oh.
All right. Let's
Got swapped.
Yeah. That's a good shot. He's almost dead.
Oh.
He's commanding the dog. So let's see. What can I actually destroy? Okay, the only person
you can only get the back stuff?
With that attack, yes.
Oh, okay.
I can use this one. I think it's worth it just to take down one of their... Oh, I missed.
Oh, no!
Chadwiga.
Where can you see your, like, crit levels and stuff? Is that the percentages on the side? I can't really read that from here. On the right? Bottom right?
Yeah, this is kind of where you need to see. So let's see. All right, can you do something? Can you take out this guy? This just kind of tells you what their general stats are. Okay, that guy's dead.
There we go.
Then one of their activations will go down. I'm gonna need to heal him at some point. Alright, you need a full auto.
Nice, crit the dog.
Yeah. Du hast.
Good, you missed. Oh, crit on the barrels. Whoa.
Dog isn't doing shit.
Do you have... So it seems like a lot of your things are either heal or attack.
Yes.
Is there ever... I mean, I guess these guys are doing some sort of like rally stuff like that. Is there ever any kind of like... Hey, this is going to make it so we can go 2 turns in a row, or we can do...
I haven't seen that particular one, but so for instance, this guy has a couple of different options here. He can give a buff to one of his teammates that turns burn or bleed chance up, depending on the ability.
Oh.
And then there's this one, which is the fake out. It moves an enemy around on the board.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Okay, that guy's dead.
Whoa, good work.
Extremely killed that guy.
Yeah.
It's okay. Drawing me out is not actually the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, isn't that what you want?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's okay. I got one of them.
Holy.
Someone just finish off this dog, please.
Why can't that guy do anything? He has no stamina or something?
He's in a position, and also I think he might be low on stamina.
Oh.
All right, so you have stamina. Okay, next turn. Damn it.
Bang.
Come on, man.
Too far away.
And also his stamina was low, so I think that was the problem.
Ouch.
Took a chunk out of him.
Yeah.
Okay. Got him. Now it's just this guy.
Okay, let's finish it off. End this.
I would love to.
Yeah, I would say if this was any longer, I think I would really be off of it pretty quick.
It used to feel a lot longer.
Yeah.
Like again, the early parts of this game felt very draggy early when the game first launched.
Right. I think what also feels like, I mean, this is very, I'm just sort of watching this for the first time, but it doesn't feel like the characters are really interacting or working well with each other in any kind of interesting or meaningful way.
And again, some of these abilities do give you buffs and things that you can do to sort of like, make your team stronger.
Right. I just feel like I want to see something where you have to like think and strategize a little, like, okay, I'm going to use this person first and they'll pull them out and then I'll use this one, or just something.
Yeah. I agree. I'm with you on that. Okay, so we managed to destroy or repair 3 of these. We are running low on action point. Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy. Well, we're back in battle.
Okay. You could run if you wanted to, right?
Yeah, we could abandon the mission if we wanted to, but I'm trying to avoid
that's like the full mission. That's not just, interesting.
Yeah, it is. Let's see. What can you do? Can you do the clear out? Yeah, let's do that. Who can we take? Let's get these guys. Ooh, I got one. I just blew up one of them right out of the gate. So
good
that's
work.
good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Can you...
Vorsichtig, Granate!
Okay, dog is no longer a problem.
Yeah.
And here we go, another turn. All right.
All right, get him. Okay, that seems pretty good.
Yeah, these guys are almost dead.
Du.
All right, got one of them. Got him.
Good.
Now it's just that back guy.
All right, we can do this.
Totally. No, I think we got this.
I like that it puts the health of the barrel next to your team.
You know, keeping an eye on these obstacles is important because
Yeah.
they will block some certain abilities. All right, who's got stamina and who doesn't? You need to recharge.
Huh.
All right, you can't hit that guy from there, but what you can do is you can make her, give her
Damy frycą popalić.
that,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can do that,
Okay.
and then you can just heal yourself because you're kind of down on health at the moment.
And do you need healing packs for that, or is
No,
that
the
okay.
field healing does not draw
Okay.
does not drain stuff.
Gotcha.
Good shot.
Mm-hmm. Alex, do you think you would make a good soldier?
No, not even remotely.
Yeah. Interesting.
People with anxiety disorders, I don't know if that's a good
Yeah, that's a good point.
not a good situation. All right, you can't do anything.
Just because of location?
Yeah, because this guy's positioned in a way where he can't use his abilities on him.
Can you move him? Is it worth doing that or no?
It's not really worth it, considering it's just one guy.
Yeah. Oh, he moved though.
But he's still far enough back that I can't hit him with
Oh.
the stuff that I want to hit him with. You back? You're close enough. Good. That's what we needed.
Good work, team.
We did it. Though we still
Victorious.
have a few of these things to find, which is a little worrisome.
Yeah, you only have 31 AP left.
I'll loot whatever I can. Where are the arrows at? Show me the arrows. Yeah, nothing else is really showing up.
Where are they?
It's a good question. We're almost out of action points. See, it's like things like this where it's like just kind of wandering around these spaces is just
Yeah.
not that much fun.
Yeah, it's not like a fun thing to explore.
No. And the mission failed because I just couldn't find everything.
Man, that's like the first mission we did.
Yep. And again, like I've run into situations where I had basically rebooted this game like 3 times because it just felt like I was just getting bad starts. I was getting characters killed early on. Permadeath is obviously a thing you have to deal
Right.
with. And it's just not, I don't know, like the progression of this has just not been interesting enough for me to hold my attention.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because I really like Darkest Dungeon. Obviously, this is a different studio, but like the Darkest Dungeon influence is very clear. They specifically call it out in some of their promotional materials. So like they are not trying to hide it.
Yeah.
It's just, I just don't think the game is as interesting or as engaging as what they're striving for.
Yeah.
And that kind of bummed me out.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, 24 on PC, right?
It is $24. It is on PC. If you see what you like, give it a shot. Maybe you might like it more than I do. I'm just not feeling this one all the way.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Thanks, Abby.
Thank you, Alex.